to continue on with this form that we have created, the next one I want to talk about is adding a picture. I think this is one of the greatest things. When I noticed this was added to Google Forms, I was like, yes, because I'm going to show you just how to add a picture, but I want you to think about STAR testing and remediation. If you go in, and we've used the snipping tool throughout these trainings, if you go into a STAR test that's already created for you and you snip a question, then you could actually import that question into a Google form, and then all you do is type the multiple choice answers that you need, because you will have to type the answer choices so the students will be able to click on them, but instead of retyping all the questions or figuring out how to get a math equation into a form, this is going to be an easy way. So at this point right here, I want to choose another one. And at this question right here, you see when I put my mouse there, it basically shows up to a picture. So if I click that picture, it's going to take me out to where I'm going to get it. And I'm just going to browse out to where I have this this basically saved, and I'm going to put in your Raines ISD, your little picture of homepage. But I need you to kind of think about what you would put in here. And my question might be, what is this? So what you could do on a STAR test, and these are all just suggestions, of course, you might list the objective that it's covering, snip the STAR question, list the STAR question here, and then for the answers, you're going to have multiple choice. So at here you would say um, home. Oh, you'll say mascot, um, school emblem, and we'll just go with that. And remember, if other pops up here, those will not show, but I want to show you something. If I use other here, and then when I click off and I make this required, option 3 is going to stay there, and that's because I left the word other. So if you don't want it to just say option 3, you've got to come over here and you've got to click it off. Notice also that I can use pictures. So back to the STAR, if you're doing this as a question remediation, you can snip each individual response or each individual answer off STAR, save all of those and add them into here, and then the student would still choose it from this point. So basically, you can create a remediation, a quick exit ticket, a quick check for understanding for your kids, and just have STAR reviews going through. And one idea, we all don't want to recreate the wheel. One thing we're going to do in this training is you're all going to create a form, something you can use in your classroom. And then at the end, I'm going to show you how, remember, we can borrow and you can make a copy of anyone's. So if you all create something and divide it up, then eventually you're going to have tons of exit tickets and tons of remediation based upon every teacher just doing a little. So again, just a little idea. But that is one to add the picture. One last thing here we want to look at is maybe a drop down. And a drop down is just going to, you're just going to have the options here that you listed, kind of be like a multiple choice. The other option we could do here instead of a drop down, if we went to a file upload, I could really upload anything. Files will be uploaded to the forum owner's Google Drive. Respondents are required to sign in when the Google file is uploaded. So this is a little different because you do have to have be sure you're all on the same page and you're sharing things. So the main ones that I want you to understand is anywhere from checkboxes and above, and then it really is going to help. We'll put one in called the date. When the date comes here, basically you can just say choose your birth date, and then you can require that, and then as they complete that, they're going to go out and be able to choose it. All right. And so here again, they're required. If we have one here, like this is a question that, oh gosh, I just added it and I don't want it, then I can always trash that. The last thing, what if your questions are out of order? What if I would really like this one right here to be at the first? See, when I click on it and there's the little grid, I can then move that question all the way up to the top, and that question will take over the first one and it will move everything else down. So quick little action on how we actually create forms. And I do want you to complete this form. And by completing this form, that will be your, like a snip, that will be a thumbs up that you completed this section. Thanks.